Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank you for the invitation for coming here to speak. The Saudi Water Authority, of course, and either DWS. This is my first time ever here in the Kingdom. And in Portugal, we are very curious about the Kingdom because, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo has come to play here. And so we are now looking at what is done here. And in the water sector, you are an example also to follow. We are dealing with scarcity in Europe, in the southern countries, in Portugal, of course, it's not an exception on this. And so desalination, producing water, and water reuse are something that is in the back of our mind, and also as a regulatory agency, we are looking very strongly to it. But coming back to what has been said from my predecessors, maybe I will speak like this. First of all, it has been said here that independent regulation is not born from one day to the other. I come from Portugal. I am the President and CEO of the Water Regulatory Agency, ERSAR, and I'm also the President of WAREG, that is the European Association for Economic Regulators. We built together 34 members and observers. And what we see is that independent regulation is not born from, and it does not stem out of legislation as it is. It has a path. This has happened also in Portugal. So the independent regulations that we have here results from a 28-year process. So we started with opening of water services to private participation in 1993, but it was only in 2014 that the body that was regulated has been transformed into an independent regulation authority. And we were born as an independent regulator that first only regulated concessions, so private concessions, but then we built up our practice, and the legislator trusted us powers with all operators, all utilities in the sector. So if they are privately managed or publicly managed, we regulate all the utilities. This has also meant that we needed to have a shift in our organization and structure and in the way where we are and we stand within this state's organization. So if you look here, you see that ERSAR is not under the government nor under the municipalities. We have a statute of independence, and we are under the national parliament, and of course we are controlled by the Court of Auditors too. But we are independent from the government. We have a mandate that actually exceeds the mandate of the government. And we are nominated as per our technical expertise. Also, we are not under the municipalities, and this has granted us an independent regulation that is functional, that is and diversity in our country that means that it is very difficult to regulate. So we have a universe of 353 operators, 213 water supply, 225 wastewater management service entities, and 258 in the Three different slices, so taxes, transfers, and tariffs. And the tariff should cover operational costs at least and ordinary capex. And so part of this comes from the municipal budget, subsidies, and the biggest part of this, the biggest chunk comes from tariffs. So the municipal budget should be an option to be used when there is affordability at risk. So the affordability is a KPI that we measure at ERSAR. So water is essential, so nobody can be left behind. And whenever affordability is put at danger, then municipalities need to come in and need to actually subsidize the services. Subsidies coming from the state or from the EU are typically grants or financial instruments for big capex investment. We are looking, for instance, for the desalination plant or for new origins of water or for big infrastructure works. And then the tariffs, which is recommended by the Water Frame Directive regarding user-polluter-payer principle and promoting equity and efficient use. Of course, so this is the tariff structure that we are construing with a fixed tariff, a variable tariff, and then something that really paves the way for the trust and confidence that we need to have in every regulatory framework. What we did in Portugal was something different from what happens in other countries, and it has actually our technical expertise, and we have a standard quality of service regulation that is highly sophisticated. So we have built up 4 generations of KPIs. These KPIs are based in a very technical view of what we have in our sector and what we want to have in our sector. And we are also very much concerned about being able to compare utilities in their core management activities. So we have water supply indicators that rely on 105 data. So we have 18 indicators. And then we have also wastewater management indicators in our generation. Of course, that water and sanitation are human rights and where we have water scarcity. So this means that we needed to have, this means consequences that are listed here, and this also means that we had to have adaptable regulation with a focus on capacity building, transparency of information available to everyone. You can look into our website. A virtual competition between all utilities and give prizes to the best utilities each year. We monitor very strictly service coverage with a high specialist team of engineers and economists, and also we launch awareness campaigns and information to consumers. So we need to have adaptable regulation to adaptable context, and this has meant decreased, which means that they are more aggregated. So this is my message, my key messages, but of course ERSAR is always available to receive the delegations and to speak about our example so that it can help utilities everywhere to better manage water and to better manage our future. Thank you very much.